people are almost all women. And so how does that play out in the world? Well, in the Scandinavian countries, it plays out this way. About 85% of nurses in Scandinavia are female, and about 85 to 90% of engineers are male. It doesn't mean women can't be engineers. It doesn't mean men can't be nurses. It also doesn't have anything to do with intelligence, but it does have to do with interest, and the differences in interest are big.
So there is Jordan Peterson going on and on about how the differences in the interest of men and women they're different, and they're major, they're big. You know, what women are interested in versus what men are interested in are just two completely different things. Now, Jordan Peterson had wrote this book, The 12 Rules to Lead a Healthy Life or some shit. So here is the 12 rules of Jordan Peterson. He's got a brand new book, another 12 rules. So if you like rules, so stand up straight with your shoulders back. Stand up straight, shoulders back. That's fantastic. It says, a lot of people have problems with Jordan Peterson. I haven't seen or heard anything. Why would you have a problem? He just has, he in the free marketplace of ideas, right? So he takes a stake. He says, this is what I believe on this, topic, and this is what I believe on that topic. Stand up straight with your shoulders back. Treat yourself like someone you are responsible for helping. Make friends with people who want the best for you. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to who someone else is today. Do not let your children do anything that makes you dislike them. Set your house in perfect order. Before you criticize the world, pursue what is meaningful, not what is expedient. Tell the truth, or at least don't lie. Assume that the person you are listening to might know something that you don't. Be precise in your speech. Do not bother children when they are skateboarding, and pet a cat when you encounter one on the street. So I don't know what's up with the pet a cat thing. Don't bother skateboarding children. Oh, okay. Seems like that's more like be precise in your speech. So this is nothing wrong. In fact, this is a great list. Stand up straight with your shoulders back. Treat everything. This is a fantastic list. This is good stuff. So, the first 4 are great, then it's good, and then great, right? Set your house in perfect order. Set your house in perfect order. Then you can, set about criticizing the world. Pursue what is meaningful, right? Not what's expedient. Just find purpose and meaning in your life. Tell the truth, at least don't lie. Assume that the person you're listening to might know something you don't. You can learn something from everybody. Be precise in your speech. And then don't bother children when they're skateboarding. Pet a cat when you encounter one on the street. I think if we treat cats and dogs okay, then we could still be meat eaters. So I like these rules. These rules give you something to think about. I don't really care about the ones that are really, stand up straight with your shoulders back. Also, treat yourself. The first 4, right? Treat yourself like someone you're responsible for helping. And then make friends with people who want the best for you. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not who someone else is today. That all this is great because, just basically compare yourself to yourself. Right? Are you progressing? Are you getting better? Make friends with people who want the best for you, who want to be, who are happy for you. Treat yourself like someone you're responsible for helping, so you are helping yourself. Treat yourself like you are helping yourself. Set your house in perfect order. Pursue what is meaningful. Don't let your children do anything that makes you dislike them. I mean, that sounds right. I don't have any children yet. I will have children, so it seems like you wouldn't. But it also feels a little totalitarian too, so that's why that's good. That's not great. It's like, okay, fine. But there's a lot of great stuff in there. A lot of great stuff. A lot of great stuff. Be precise in your speech. That's great. Assume you can learn something from everybody. You can. Tell the truth, of course. Pursue what's meaningful. Set your house in perfect order. Make friends with people who want the best for you. Compare yourself to who you were yesterday, not to who someone else is today. Treat yourself like someone who you're responsible for helping in. Stand up straight. Stand up straight with your shoulders back.
extremes in particular. So when you read a review like that, the one that was pointed out, the first question is, well, what do you mean by big and little? There's more overlap. There's more overlap between men and women than there is difference on virtually every parameter. Okay, fine. Are the remaining differences significant in how they play out in the world? And the answer to that is overwhelmingly significant, because you select for extremes. So here's another example. Ashkenazi Jews have an average IQ of 115. So in the typical population overall has an average IQ of 100. 15 points is about the difference between the typical college student and the typical high school student. Okay, so it's not a massive difference, but if you go to the extreme, say, well, let's go look at people who only have an IQ of 145, which is kind of where you hit the beginnings of genius level. It's like the Jews are overwhelmingly overrepresented. So relatively small differences in the average can produce walloping differences at the extremes. People don't understand that. It's not surprising, because it actually requires a fairly sophisticated grasp of statistics. But when we're talking about things like differential outcome in the workplace, then you have to take a sophisticated statistical approach to it, or you don't know what the hell you're talking about. And unfortunately, many of the people who are talking about things like gender differences, they have no idea what they're talking about. They don't know the literature. They don't know there is a literature. They don't understand biology, like the social constructionist types, the women's studies types, the neo-Marxists. They don't give a damn about biology. It's like they inhabit some disembodied universe. So the review was poorly written at best, and showed it very